Mic check 1 2. Hang on one sec, guys. All right, let me just get the camera set up. How about, yep, I know the chat looks good. It came out nice. Came out nice. You guys listen to this song, Blender Octane song. One of my members of my community made this song with AI. All right. How about we need a rewind on this Blender Octane song here, made by one of my members in my community. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put this song on repeat because it's dope. Blender Octane. Can you guys hear that? What is this here? Preview camera, wide camera. How do I get that to to my fire. Divine. Every scene's a masterpiece with colors so divine. You bring my visions to life. Every curve and every line, from shadows deep to highlights bright. You make my artwork come alive every night. Every night. Blender Octane, you're the magic in my hands, rendering my dreams, making them so grand. With every frame you take me higher. Octane, you're the fuel to my fire. In this world of 3D, you're my guiding star. With you my dreams don't seem so far. Every render a new beginning. With Blender Octane, I'm always winning. Blender Octane, you're the magic in my hands, rendering my dreams, making them so grand. With every frame you take me higher. Octane, you're the fuel. Oh, don't worry. Yeah, I'm gonna turn the music off because I don't want to fight with the volume. But I just gotta get my Blender Octane theme song in every day, in the beginning. Creating wonders in every way. You're my muse, my inspiration. Blender Octane, my creation, sensation. All right, we're cooking. Yep, we're cooking. The stream is it's getting there, guys. Shortly, and I upped the bit rate this time. Last stream we were cooking at about 900 kilobytes per second, or actually 800 kilobytes per second yesterday. Today we're coming at a whopping 1,128 kilobytes per second. So we should definitely see another step up in the quality of the stream. Let me know how it looks on your guys' end, how it sounds. Note, if you are doing comments, if you want it to all fit in here, you're gonna have to keep it kind of short, right? I haven't figured out yet how to limit the line, but you can see like Cobb, yours is cut off a little bit at the bottom there. So guys, keep your comments short and brief till I figure out how to get the lines. But I'd rather have it like this so I can have our comments on there. Because when I'm in the Blender, I don't like it on the side here because it's just distracting and it's all cutting into the UI of Blender. This way here, it's a little bit more clean and simple. Server's already running. Okay, let me get Blender fired up in the background. Can you go briefly about your community membership? Actually, I've got an announcement to make. So, because I'm going to cut this section out of this stream and post it in my community. We just got a major update in the community. Oops, hang on, I have not posted it. We just got a new member, actually, first of all. We just got a new member. Kenneth had just joined about 3 hours ago. So I got to give him the onboarding. I got to make a special onboarding video for him. That's what I do when you join. I make a special onboard video. Try to find out what's where you're coming from. What's your 3D level? Are you coming from Cinema 4D? Are you new to Blender? And then I'll help you, shoot you into directions of, okay, maybe you should start watching these videos. If you're new to Octane, this is how the materials, I got all this stuff kind of set up. For example, when you come in fresh, you go to the classroom, you have to start on day 1. And this is where I kind of guide you. Like, hey, if you're completely new to Blender, yeah, most people already have done the donut tutorial. Well, I found something better than the donut tutorial. It's called the Zero to Andy's Room, where he basically remodels the room from Toy Story, but he's telling you a story and he's working you through the beginnings of how to use Blender. And each video you make an asset, which I really enjoy. Instead of going through all these lengthy videos just to have a donut at the end, each video we build something. And eventually, by the time you're done with the whole series, you're going to have a completed room. And then he has a new series where you're going to texture the room. So that's a great crash course into Blender. And then from there, like if you already know Blender, you just come in here from Cinema 4D or exactly, and you're switching over to Blender. This is another great video that's going to help you for Cinema 4D people to get used to Blender and Octane. Or if you're here just for Octane and you want to figure out how to Octane, we got a material video that will quickly crash course you into how to use Octane materials. I already have this asset built out. You're just going to basically, all these videos are also on YouTube, guys, so this is not all hidden behind the paywall. What you pay for when you come to the community is you're paying for the community to be with other people who are using Blender Octane, who are sharing knowledge. And when we have problems, we're all kind of helping each other fix problems out. You get your questions asked in a timely manner. So like you can watch a lot of these videos are on my YouTube channel. I'm not gonna be honest with you, but what you're paying for is the community, being around other people, interacting with people who know way more than Blender than Octane than I do, and picking their brains, uploading our files, and today we have the newest feature in our community. Let me try it out. I haven't even tried it out yet. Now we should be able to, boom, there it is, upload video natively into the community, all members, not just me, anybody. So if you've got a video, if you got a problem, screen record it. Before you had to screen record it, then you had to go post it on YouTube or Loom or something and then bring the link back. Now you can just drop it straight in here. Let me test it. Let me test it right now. Let me find a quick short, what is that, 46 seconds? Yeah, let's just drop this in there. Hang on, let me just drop one of my reels in there. Yeah, let's just drop this reel in there. Boom. So it's going to look at that. Okay, it's gonna, well, I shouldn't have did that because we're live streaming. So, ooh, that took a whopping 500 kilobytes out of the stream right there. So I'm not gonna upload it right now because it's just gonna kill the stream. But you see the point. You could upload directly, and then that is great because now when people were having issues, they would record a video and, like I said, post it on YouTube. And everybody doesn't have a YouTube account. Everybody couldn't just post it on the YouTube, but now if they got a problem, they can post it and we can reply to it, which is powerful. And for me, I don't always have to go post my videos on YouTube and then bring them back into here. I can post them natively in my community, and we can do this on replies, which is also powerful. So if there's like yeah, I can click on this, and if I wanted to reply, boom, I can drop the video reply. I'm super excited about this. So that is a big perk, and I don't like this camera angle. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna boot up my other camera too, guys, because I charged up the batteries. So major perk, major step up for the community. Woo! I'm hot. Let's crank this fan up. Matter of fact, I need to move the fan over here, and I need a battery. Low-key donut video got cooked. I didn't mean to. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I love the donut video. Actually, I've never done the donut video, but this video where you're making an Alex room, I mean like Andy's room, it's like every video you're gonna have an asset. You're making something every video, instead of waiting for one video, 2 videos, 3 videos, or 12 videos, or 13 videos, and then you have a donut. Like, yeah, I mean, I'm not knocking CG. I mean, he's the monster. He's the GOAT of Blender, right? But I'm just not. I just don't want to spend, you know, 4 hours or 2.5 hours of my time to make a donut. Where I can do Andy's room. Let's get this angle here a little bit more lower. Okay, I'm happy with that. And I got the fan here. So, all right, and you guys see I got a timer up here now too, because I need to keep on time. Like I've been going 2 hours is cool, but man, I need to stay on time, right? So we've got 39 minutes here. We got chat updated today. So I wanted to get back to what I did yesterday. So links down in the description, guys, if you guys are interested in community. Like I said, you're paying for community, and there are some perks here. We do have dispensary, which I keep a copy of all of the older versions of Blender. Octane, this is not available from OTOY. You have to be a Prime member. You have to be a paid member to get updated or to be able to go backwards. So I've just been keeping all my upgrades. So here the members can do that. Also, I've been keeping track of all the Octane YouTubers and keeping them all in one place. So we've got all these guys who do Octane YouTube. Most of them are now in my community. I've kind of recruited them into the community. So we've got that going on. What else? Assets. I've got a lot of free assets in here. For example, we got OSL scripts, which if you guys are not familiar with OSL scripts, they're very powerful. You can make your own. So a lot of members in my community have actually made OSL scripts, like this one here, how we can have this retro camera screen look here, and some other stuff. We've got, what else do we got? Oh, our version of a Voronoi mimicking the one that's in Cycles. So we got that. Also, I got some more mini courses inside of here, and the Chat GPT Octane bot, and also which I just updated, I'm about to drop it, our new V6 material collection, which I keep basically updating all the members as they make materials. We put them together into this big file, so we kind of have like this asset of materials that we've built for Blender Octane. I'll show you guys what that looks like on my side in the community. And then I got some VFX videos, VFX workflows and stuff like that, because that was originally my thing when I first started this channel. I was doing VFX just with Octane, and that was kind of like my go-to thing. So, and the trash asset pack, like literally like 5 gigs worth of all garbage assets. I converted it from Cycles to Octane, which took like almost like 2 weeks, but I converted all those. So I give those away for members who've been here for a little bit of time. You know, you'll start to release more things the longer you are in the community. So enough of the shameless plug, and let's get to work today. I wanted to get back into what we were going to work on yesterday. Oh, Tea Shop. Did I save that? Oh, actually, I haven't even finished the hardware for the Tea Shop, guys. We didn't even finish the hardware, but I think I'm going to do that off stream. I think I'm going to work on a new... I took some more photos yesterday on my morning walk. And let's see what's up with these. Everything working? Oh, everything's working nice. So this was the one that we worked on the day before yesterday, which came out really nice. Again, the top could use a little bit of work on that top part, right? But other than that, whoa, why is that HDR blown out? What's going on with that? Where's my? Well, it doesn't matter. That's not a final render, anyways. Hello. Okay. Okay. What's up? So let's crack open a new file. What do we got? 35 minutes. I think we can crack out something. All right. First thing first. Let me download. Ah, man, that photo is on my phone still. I have not downloaded it. Okay, so let's just go look for a new image to build off of. Let me get to my texture database. For those of you guys who are new to this technique, which you shouldn't be, because it's pretty much old as CG, using textures, using real photos for textures. It's the quickest, easiest way to get to photogenic renders, right? Oh, I forgot to turn that other camera on, but hang on. Let me get into my assets really quickly. How's everybody doing today? Where's everybody from? Let's do a little bit of roll call. Where you chiming in from, and what time is it in your part of the world? Thus, this being a truly international stream. Textures, here we go. Okay, you got to keep the short. You got to keep your comments kind of short because they get cut off right there at the moment. But I can see it here on the top. I am trying to discover new endeavors in life, and I really am confused about what to do next. Learn Blender Octane. There it is. I'll clear it up for you. A quick question about the tea shop sign. How can I use that texture to control the roughness on the letters and background separately? How can I use that texture to control roughness and on the letters? Okay, well, the more control you want, you have to basically start splitting up your image like in Photoshop, like, or GIMP or something. But the rough way that I quickly do it is, well, I saw 3D Blender product visualization, and I'm really having, hang on, T-shop, there we go. Hang on, guys. This shirt's coming off. It's getting hot in here. I'm going straight raw. We're going raw here. This is not a fashion show. This is all about value. Genuine question. Is it worth it for the future? Is what worth it for the future? Product rendering? Doing product renders? Okay, as far as roughness, like for example on this one, let's just finish this one because I haven't even finished it. I still got a texture. Like the texture is just on there, and I just got the texture lined up. So what I do for that blown out background is bugging the hell out of me. Why is it blown out like that? Am I using this add-on? I'm probably using this add-on. Rotation, exposure. Yeah, I'm using this add-on. Okay, so that's kind of blowing it out a little bit. Yes, product renders for ads. All right, this is just my opinion on the whole product rendering fad right now that's really hot with Blender for the last year. As AI is coming in strong, hang on, I gotta go to the real top camera angle. We gotta go to the real top camera angle. As AI is coming in strong on doing a lot. Ooh, what's going on there? Blender Octane, you're the music. Okay, I guess we're not going to the real top camera. Hang on, guys. I really want to get this working. I think in cycles you will use color ramp image texture to achieve it. Whoa, what am I doing there? Alright, the hell with the second camera angle. I'm over it. Alright, 2 questions online right now. This is looking blown out, which is still bugging me, so I'm just gonna hide the background, and that's just because I cranked it up so I can see the image. But also, guys, if you do know, let me quickly drop this on you. If you do have, like, see how this is a little bit blown out, and the highlights, we like lost a lot of the highlights. Oh, I know why this is also looks crappy, because this is a HDRI that I made. This is not like a true HDRI. I use this HDRI app, and it kind of does, it makes HDRIs, but they're not the best quality. So that's why it looks blown out. But if you come in Octane and you come over to, you come down to right here, highlight clipping, highlight compression. Watch this. Whoop, boop. No compression. Boop, compression. Yeah, right? That's hot. Boop, boop. So I always kind of have it on a little bit. Like I normally go 0.8. You know, I don't like to have it full all the time, but just FYI, if you did not know that, highlight compression. Okay, so let's go down here, and I'm just gonna hide this anyways because I want to see it. Oh, all right. Now, as I'm fixing this up to do, let's go to my shading, and let's pop out of that camera and turn that off. Let's go ahead and hide this camera. And let's go ahead and let me show you how I do the texture. Let's go ahead and hide the Pixel Lab stuff. Whoopsie. Okay. And back on that. All right, so what I do is I got my image here, right? I typically, this is what I've learned, I got from Ian Hubert. I'll just take a copy, I'll add in a gradient map node. Actually, we made a shortcut yesterday for that, right? There it is, gradient map, boom, drop that in. So if we're looking at it right now, we're seeing it in color, right? So I'll take this and plug this also and change it to a grayscale value. Drag this into that. And then I'll go ahead and plug, for the sake of it, I'm just going to plug this into the albedo so you can see. Now we change it to a black and white value. So again, black is shiny, white is diffuse, right? Or not shiny, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and just plug this into the roughness. Into the roughness, boom. And there it is. Now you can see it working. Look, okay? The letters are shiny and the rest is not shiny, okay? So that's how you do it. And then we can come in here and compress our values, right? With the this here. Let me quickly preview that. But again, it's got its limitations because again, we're working with the photo, right? We're working with the photo. So like I would say if you really wanted to make it tight, go into Photoshop, change it to a black and white value. Maybe I can paint this out if you didn't like it, but I like all the grunginess. That's the whole point of using photos. Yeah, that's satisfying, right? So it's easy, it's quick and easy, and the results are absolutely fantastic, right? We're getting nice results for free using all this data. Kind of crank this up a little bit there, viewport. Okay, so that's how I do that. Let me go ahead and plug this guy back into the albedo. So look, there it is. Okay, but this sign was old and it wasn't clean, but this is what I like to do. Check it out. Let me show you. I like what we got going on here, but first of all, nothing is pure black in real life. So I always take that off and just take it off of pure black, and I take nothing's pure white in real life and I take that off and bring it down a little bit, okay? Now, I like to bring in a texture that I will use just for the roughness to kind of grunge things up. So I'm going to go ahead and take this guy here, hold down Control, Shift D, duplicate this. And actually, I don't even need that. I'm going to unhook that. I'm going to add my own. Add a projection. Always get in the habit of adding projections to things, just because if you animate them, if I animate this sign moving, these textures won't stick to it unless I have a projection on it, okay? So what I'm going to do then, this next one here, we're going to load up let me save quickly. I'm going to load up a grunge map. And back to your question, okay, the way I see it is, check it out, AI is really going to be a quick and easy way for people to do product renders, like quick and dirty, like it's gonna hit, right? It's already kind of there. Now, you're going to still need to prompt, and yeah, you can just make a quick object of a 3D model, but the skills that you learn from product rendering, literally learning how to model something, that's powerful. And if you want to get into 3D, I would say that I'm just speaking from my past experience. I wish I would have started off learning how to model first. Like, the hell with just modeling. If you can model... What? Oh, okay. Whatever. Actually, I need to turn the notifications off. I want to mute notifications while I'm on streaming. There we go. If you can know how to model anything, you're a monster, right? You're an absolute monster in the 3D world. If you can model hard surface, if you can model products, if you can model characters, if you can just model anything, man, you've got a lot of options. And that's the one thing where I lack. I just don't. And a lot of people I know who do 3D, they just don't have the modeling skills. So we have to rely on assets and paying for things, or like, man, if you can model anything, you're a beast. And even with the AI coming in, AI still can't model things with great topology. The topology is dirty. And what I mean by topology is like, if I come into this model here, and if I go into the wireframe mode, this is topology. This is nothing. This is just basics. But if AI was to try to make this, it would be all these, the topology would be dirty, right? Metal Gear, what up? You know? I would spend the time on learning how to model. Modeling. Like, it took me forever just to model this little sign, but if I knew how to model, model guys will knock this thing out in 3 minutes. If that. But yeah, it's a trend right now, the whole product animation rendering. I don't think it's going to last forever. Like, I would start focusing on modeling, because if you can model anything, that means you got a job for almost anything as a modeler. They're still going to need modelers. I'm sorry. AI is not going to completely replace all 3D. I mean, yeah, it can make some cool stuff, but there's going to be some stuff that people want that's going to be custom. What's the AI question? It wasn't really an AI question. We got OK. He's kind of new. And his question was, what should he do? Let me pop his question up on screen so you can see it. But is modeling the first thing you learned in Blender? The first thing I learned in Blender, I came to Blender for VFX. The first thing I learned in Blender was the camera tracker, the 3D camera tracker. I wouldn't recommend that route because most people don't care about tracking. Most people want to make stuff. Guys, for those who just jumped up 3D, he's basically new to 3D and he's wondering how should he start? What should he start with? Let's give him some advice, because most of you guys already been in the game for a little bit and you already passed that complete noob, rookie stuff. He had this. Well, I saw 3D Blender product visual animation. I'm really hyped about that. He was wondering if that should be the way to go. And I just think that that's kind of a fad right now. But modeling is the first thing you learned. Yeah. I went immediately from 3D camera tracking to texturing, because I like texturing. That's just what I do. I like texturing. Modeling, texturing, and lighting in that order. Boom! There you go. I agree. And I would even double down on modeling. I would go modeling, texture, lighting. What you explain him, it's what I will suggest as well. Yeah. Modeling, texture, lighting. Oh, actually, you could even say modeling, lighting, texture, because once you light it, then you can start texturing it crazy. But both are very equal. Both are equal, I would say. But that's it. Those are the 3 biggies. All right, Cobb, so what I'm going to do is look for an image that I want to use for a... I think I used Dirty White last time. I'm going to use this grunge map here. We're going to go with this one here, grunge map. And let's go ahead and just drag that one into the scene. All right, that's in the scene. Let's go ahead and delete that. Let's click back on here, and then we're gonna just load grunge map in. Load grunge map, boom. And what I do is I mix it, right? So we've got that, and then what we're just gonna do is come in here, and I'm actually gonna show you guys something new. Well, it's not new, but this is another powerful part about Octane. Check this out. So we got these 2 materials, right? And we can just do this. We could go mix texture and drop it in here, right? And put this one here and put this one here. Let's preview it so we can see it. All right, so here's what we got going. Yeah, let me kill that. All right, and let's go ahead and make this a little bit smaller. Let's go divide that by half. Maybe one more time. Divide by half. Oh, it's getting weird, right? 0.25. All right, I like that. Okay, so we're mixing 2, and then we got the mix, right? So we got that and we got that. Now you could do this. Could be work fine, but here's a better way to do it in Octane, which I really enjoy. unlike cycles. Not to knock on cycles, but this is what I enjoy about Octane. Let me delete that. I'm going to come in here and go composite texture. Right here, Octane texture, utility, composite texture. I'm going to drag this node in here. And if you notice on this node, we have the green slot, but these ones are white. Okay, take note of that. All right. So the green, we're going to go ahead and plug that into the roughness. And then from here, we need to back this stuff up, make room. So we got layers, right? Just think about this as now we're in Photoshop world. Think about it like that. I'm going to go layer 1 and I'm going to go layer 2. Okay. Now, if you notice, now we've got our green slots again. So now we're okay to plug these textures in because we got our green slots. So I'm going to take our first texture right here and plug it into input. I saw tutorials for guys who make ads. They always use what they call a reference image in modeling in images. Yeah, that's, I mean, it's not mandatory, but if you really want to have an accurate model, references are the way to go. That's already there as reference. Is that hard? Especially for simple shapes. All right, guys, and then we're going to plug this next one into input. And, yo, okay, make sure you join the Discord, bro, because we can help you with a lot of these questions inside the Discord, too, okay? Join the Discord. Links down below. Now, I got these two images plugged in here, and everything went black. Why? Well, because we're kind of like, you know, we're, actually, hang on. Why did everything go back? Let me turn this back on. Let me see some. What's going on here? Quickly. Let me just kill this one really fast. Oh, I know why, because I turned the opacities off. All right. Opacity. Boom. And whoa. What's going on here? How come everything went black? Did the server die? Nope, server's still active. Did I get... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm previewing it. Sorry. I was previewing it. Okay. Sorry. Let me kill that. Medigo, yeah, join the Discord. That will be easier to help you. Yeah, we can help you out in there big time, bro. So, back to what I was saying. Let's go ahead and plug our composite texture into the roughness. Let's go ahead and add our second channel. And let's plug this back into channel 2. Okay, now let's go ahead and bring in our bottom grunt image into the input. And let's bring this one here into the input. Okay, good. Now, I'm going to actually plug this into the opacity just so we can see what's happening. There it is. So here's our first layer. It's at 100%. Check this out. Now I got control of the opacity of this layer, right, which is nice. And then if I turn this second one on and bring up the opacity, okay, now it overlays. It's on top and it takes over. So we don't see it because it's taking over. It's layering on top like Photoshop layers, right? And then we still have, this enable, right? I didn't mean to click that, but let me open this up. There we go. Open this up. If you look here, we've got blending modes. These blending modes are just like in Photoshop, but plus a lot more. If I go in here, boom. Look at all these options that we have for different blending types. I mean, a whole bunch of stuff that half of them I don't even know what the heck they're for. But here's the basics up here. Blend, add, multiply, darken, color burn, linear, lighten. You recognize these from Photoshop, right? And then we've got a lot more like that are just crazy hardcore algorithm. I don't even know. So I'm just going to come and turn this one to, what do we want to do? We're working with black and white values. I don't always remember the math, so I just select and figure out what I like and how it looks. Let's go to multiply. I already don't like multiply. All right, let's go to, can I hold down shift here? Yeah, let's just do it this way. It's quicker. Actually, it's not quicker. The new update seems like it changed it. Before it used to open up in a wide box. Now for some reason it's opening up like this narrow box, which I don't like already. Let's go to blend mode. Let's just go to overlay. Here it is, transparent overlay. All right, so there's that one. Now it's overlaying on top of this. And I can control the opacity of that. Check it out. There's our bottom one. This is our bottom one, right? And here's our top one on top. Okay, and actually I probably want to reverse those. And I can easily reverse them by going like this. Boop. Now we reversed it. right? So here's our bottom ones on top, and now that's our grunge, and this is our original one here, okay? So this just gives us more control and more power. Plus we can do different types of math on top of there. So I'm still maybe not liking the, actually I want this one to be normal. Oh, there it goes. Now it's opened up wide. I want this to be normal, and I want this to be overlay. I want the grunge to overlay on top. Overlay on top, right? And that seems like it's darkening it, huh? Maybe I should do add. Metagear. Cool, I didn't know that about the reverse button. Yeah, the reverse button comes in handy. You can, some have to do it there, you can just flip it here, right? Maybe let's do add. So add is add, and so if it's 1 and 1, it makes it 2. Probably don't want that, but I'm just gonna leave that for now. Last question. What is Blender and what is Octane Blender? What is Blender? Blender is a open source free 3D software where you can, and it does more. It actually does video editing, camera tracking. It's got all kinds of stuff, but it's basically a 3D package and a little bit more. Try multiply. Multiply darkening it. So again, if it's 1 and 1, 1 times 1 is 1. Yeah, so see, I mean, we got anything, so we can just try different ones, right? What about soft light? Soft light. Soft light's not too bad. All right. But these should be plugged into the roughness anyway, so let's plug that into that. Blender is a 3D package, and Octane is just a different render engine that comes that you can use. Like, you're very, very beginner, I probably would just focus on Blender and cycles that it comes with. Just learn Blender, right? So if you want to learn Blender, I think he meant what's the difference is, I guess, is it the render engine? The render engines are just, it's kind of complicated. Yeah, what's the difference? It's kind of Octane is a spherical, I keep saying this wrong, spherical or spectral render engine. And its main source is, it basically uses all the real world values that's in light. It uses all the real world bands of light. So technically, it's kind of more based off of real physics as the way light works. Versus cycles, where I think it's like based off of an RGB image or something like that. It's a very technical question. But at what you're coming in as a complete noob or a complete beginner, matter of fact, I'm gonna set you up right now, bro. Let me set you up right now. You want to learn 3D? Watch this video. Watch this video series. Don't worry about the donut tutorial. It's cool, but just if you do this whole series from start to end, and there's a lot of videos, you'll have a good grasp, and then it will tell you if you really want to do 3D or not, right? I'm gonna drop the link here in the comment for you. I would suggest you watch it today. Whoa, what's going on with the chat? What are these icons? Do you guys have this on your... What's this going on? This is new. I never noticed this before. Do you guys have these? Look, marks. Can you see this? What is this? What is this? Top fans. What is top fans? Top fans. XP. What is XP? What is this? Top fans XP. What's the leaderboard? A place for fans to stand out in community. The top 3 get special badges in live chat. It resets every stream, so you can always try again. How do you get on the leaderboard? You need to collect XP points. Here's how you get them. Send live chat messages. Send super chats or super stickers. Was this on yesterday? I didn't notice this yesterday. Can you guys see that on your end? Interesting. Okay, go watch this video, bro. Watch this video series. Download Blender for free. And don't worry about Octane and stuff right now. Just get into the world of 3D. Right? That's my best recommendation. Alright. So we're adding some grunge and rest on here. Ooh, that black is way too clean. I don't like that. So let me visually see what's going on here. And hang on for a second. Yeah, I want that layer 1 and that layer 2. There we go. Actually, so I probably do want it the other way, huh? Or it really doesn't matter. And let me drop a gradient map on this one here too. You know what? That's coming in 2.2. This should be linear 1. So what I'm going to do is actually duplicate this. Control Shift D. Duplicate this, plug this one into here because this needs to be a value of 1. Alright, and that's probably why that was so hot. Bring that down there. Okay, I like that. Then what I also want to do is I like to just add one in the bump. Just ever so slightly add one into the bump. So this time I'm going to take the grunge map and add that into the bump. Just exactly what we got here. I'm going to go straight into the bump. And just add, actually that might be enough. That's it. That's all I want. Just so it looks like there's some dirt and grime on there. Actually, I might divide that by half one more time. Divide by half. Alright, cool. That's great. Now, let me save that. Alright, what time is it? I don't have to go to work till 3:30 today, so technically that's our 50 minutes, but alright, now we're just gonna start. We're gonna do you guys got time? We're gonna go deep today. We're gonna start another one. I already had that file. I already had that file open. Alright, so I did a major dump yesterday of all the ones off my phone. There's the one that we did the other day. Oh, you know what? Let's do this one. Let's do this one here. This K-House one. Yeah, let's do the K-House one. I should be able to model that. That shouldn't be too difficult to model. Alright, T-Shop. I still need to build the hardware, but we'll do that one off stream. Let's go new. General. Save this. Street signs. T-House. Let's call this one K-House. Let's drag that photo in there. Where is it at? There it is. Boop. Alright, this is the one we're going to do. It's like a box sign. So, I think I have enough there to work with. I wish I would have got a little bit more closer. Alright, we'll delete that. And let's go ahead and just add in a cube. SY. About that thick. SX, it's a pretty big sign. It's kind of like about that big. SZ. Whoop. We got a Dennis in there. SY, a little bit more narrow. GZ it up. I don't have to GZ it up, it's just Dennis is in the way. GX, move him up there. Okay, this time I don't want to bevel it first because I beveled it last time and I had a lot more stuff I had to do. I felt like beveling it after I have the material. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see how should we go about doing that. Modeling. Drop over here. Let's pop open up there. I'm gonna add in the image reference. It'll be right behind my camera, but you guys will, it's all good. Image reference pixel right there. All right. Let's see. Actually, I need to see it more bigger. More bigger, better. Okay, what I'm gonna do this time is just throw the texture right on here right now. I kind of use it as a guide to help me lay it out. RGB into the albedo. Into the image. Fire it up. All right. Now let's go ahead and do front view, tab in, face, Q project, U. We could do project from view. All right, project from view. Pop out. Come down here. Don't need to see this guy right now. Cancel. Actually, it's fine. I just don't want to deal with that. Let's go change this to UV editor. Boom, like that. Let's change this to the photo like that. And let's tab in this one more time like that. Go ahead and hide the display. And let's go ahead and line this up. Just a quick rough to help us guide. Select all, G. Select one corner, kind of get it lined up like that. Then I'll select here. Oh, did I undo? G. Let's just get the whole thing right now for now. Okay, like that. Let's tab out. All right, so that's the base. Join to the left. And give me some more juice. There we go. All right, now, looking at this, there is this rim, like this framework here on the edge. And then there is this edge, so we might need to do an inset. I think I might make the railing separate. There'll be an inset, and then there's this little lip here that comes out, and then there's a little extra lip here in the bottom. So let's go inset this. Let's first go loop cut this out, extrude this out, and then do an inset in the in-center. Okay. So I'm gonna first come in here, bring back the guides, grab this. We're gonna set Control R. Let's do a loop cut down here at the bottom like that. Right, and then let's do another loop cut like let's go like, what's the difference? That's the bottom. This will be the second part that we're gonna cut out right about there. And then let's just do the one on top there too. There's another one on top. This little one here on top, kind of like that. So that's like one section, this is two sections, then this intersection, and then three. Okay, so let's go ahead and the railings. What about the railings? I'll do those separate maybe. Let's extrude this first. All right, 3, face select. Let's grab that and extrude out a little bit like that. Let's grab this guy here, extrude out a little bit like that, and think we're safe right now on that. That's good. Then, now let's extrude these guys here. So we got one on the edge. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they're not even either. Let's jump into the image. It might help us on this one here. Yeah, this is going to help us out. Let's go full front view. Let's go loop cut. Let's grab one right here. Loop cut. I was just gonna put it in the middle and then bevel it, but I don't want to deal with the extra geometry, so I'm just gonna do it like this. I really want to keep it very low poly as possible. And low cut like that. And let's quickly look here. Stream is okay. Excellent. Ooh, YouTube says the stream is in excellent condition. Ah, thanks YouTube. How's it on your guys' end? Everything looking okay? Oops. Oh no, what did I do? What did I do? Oh, that was refresh. Okay, cool. Let's bring one here. Hang on. I'm not getting... How come I don't see your guys' comments anymore now? What happened? Comments are not coming through. Uh-oh. What happened? Oh, that was weird. Comments weren't coming through until I re-upped it. So what did I miss? Yeah, he can't see it. Maybe click. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, for some reason the comments weren't coming through. Let me back up. Let me catch up. Okay, so I sent the link. And then I sent the link. Cobb says yes. Metal Gear says I see the icons. It wasn't on yesterday. Yeah, I didn't see those yesterday either. In the nutshell, Octane's more realistic lighting. Yes. I think the new texture you added should be on top. Okay. Well, I am encouraged not by creating rather than the the positive attitude by you guys. Good, good. Okay. As a small community, chat freezes. Yeah, it did. Okay. Finally, here early, kinda. Frost, what up? Frost. Oh. The chat is not working somehow. Yeah, chat wasn't working. Chat was behind. I don't know what was going on there. Yeah, he can't see it. Maybe he clicked something by mistake. Yeah, I don't know what was going on. Chat's not working for you. Chat is back. Cool. All right, chat is back. Yeah, I don't know why it was like that. Interesting. Blender Octane, you're the real love in my life. Okay, cool. All right. Cause you're the fuel to my fire. And we got one here on the end. Control R. All right, cool. Now, looking at this photo, I want to get a little bit more detailed on this. Why not? You know, this looks like this goes in, like it kind of goes in, right? So first, let's extrude it. Let's extrude it first. Again, guys, when we're building assets, let's just take our time and detail it out because, you know, you'll just love it in the end. And does that go, how much far does that goes just to that bar? Okay, let's go there. That also goes, this goes over the bar. Cover. You need sound bot to alert you for stuff like that. Yeah, I'll have to look at some of those automated bots or some. Yeah. Stream is slowly growing, guys. You guys are here witnessing it. Remember, was it like not even 4 days ago where the quality was like, man, it was dirt. I went back and watched that stream. I was like disappointed. I was like, oh man, this looks like garbage. Actually, we're gonna get some weirdness extruding from right there to there, huh? When I extrude this, like if I extrude this here, well, let's go to overlapping, whatever. It's all good. I'm not worried about it. Let's just keep going. All right, let it overlap. Let it over. We'll see what happens. All right, and we want this, and we want this. Oops. What do you do? What do you do aside from Blender? I'm an English teacher here in Japan. I used to be a drummer at Universal Studios Japan, playing drums and shows there. But that's a pretty hectic schedule and pretty crazy schedule. I'm like a slave to Universal, so I kind of bailed on that and just do what most foreigners do here in Japan, teach English. Because it's easy. Easy money. Like IRL. What's IRL? Don't judge a book by its cover. What's IRL? All right, now we're gonna extrude. And this is one reason why I chose this one, K House. The only reason I took it for, because when I worked at Universal, we lived in an apartment building that's owned by Universal, and it was actually called Kaigendori House. And we the Gaijin, Gaijin means foreigner in Japanese. All the Gaijins lived in there, and we called it K House. So like when I saw this sign, I was like, oh, K House. Oh, and I kind of chuckled, and I took a photo of it because it just had sentimental values for me. That's the only reason why I chose this sign, K House, because I lived in it. Oh, in real life, IRL. That's cool. Yeah, I'm an English teacher. Was a performer. Did a couple little commercials here and there, and then probably the most famous thing I did during my entertainment career here in Japan. Real life. I'm too used to gaming streams chat. Yeah. Speaking of gaming chat, that was one of the things I did before I became an English teacher. I was also the character in Resident Evil remake. I was Marvin in the new version. If you guys have a copy of that, you'll see me in the game. Okay, so this is not coming out like I thought it would. Oh, you know what I probably should have did? Was it extruded this first? Right? I probably should have extruded this first. Okay, hang on. Undo. Undo. So... okay, you know what? I'm not going to extrude that. I'm going to just leave that where it's at, because I'm just going to rebuild it. No way. Yep. Yes way. Yes way. What I'm going to do is just build a piece of new geometry. The police officer. Yep, that's me. AKA Marvin. AKA Marvin. Show us. You got it. Ah! Oh, I thought a blender crashed. Man, I'm so excited about uploading videos in my community natively. That's going to be such a big time saver. Resident Evil Remake, Marvin. There it is. Right here, you can go to the wiki, to the wiki. Resident Evil Marvin Remake. Oh, Jesus freaking Christ, all these ads. It's so horrible. That's actually a horrible picture right there. These are better. Up. Jesus, Jesus. That's a horrible picture too. That one's a little bit better. That's a horrible picture. This is probably the best picture. That's the one I have on my Facebook profile. Another different angle. Yep, Konami. I went down to Konami, which is here in Osaka, Japan. I used to have an agent. She used to give me commercials and stuff like that, and different things. and she got me one. Like it was like almost, I couldn't talk about it for like almost 2 years that I did it, and went down to Konami, and they have like, it's pretty normal now, but like this massive arc of cameras, and you just stand there and you got to do these poses and different facial expressions, and they take photos. It was like a 4-hour session of just taking pictures of stuff like that. They basically photo scanned my body, and there it is. When you point the gun, don't use cycles. Alright, don't use cycles. Believe it or not, I've still yet to play the game. Like, I was never into the Resident Evil series, but I've never played the game. And then when I was going to buy the game, my daughter was already old enough to play games, and that game is a little bit too much for her to be, into right now. So I kind of like held off on buying it. Have any of you guys played the game? I'm not really. I'm more of a race guy. I'm a sim racer guy. That's my deal as far as gaming. Blender Octane. To my fire. I'm too scared to play any horror games. Yeah, I heard the game was pretty scary too. Like at points and moments of the game. Let's go GX. Let's go X. GX. Scale Z. GZ. Scale Z. And it goes over above a little bit. The bottom one doesn't go down, right? The bottom one doesn't. It stays right there. And the top one, Alt Z, GZ, kind of overlaps a little bit. I used to play Apex Legend a lot. Alright, now this piece does go in a little bit. It's kind of like, oh, let's get that right. Scale Y. Ooh, that's not right. Worked for Respawn as a remote freelancer for a while. That's cool. What's that like? Scale Y. You know what? Let's go ahead and make it go all the way through like that. That's actually perfect right there. Blender Octane. And let's go GY up a little bit more, kind of like that. And let's just scale it back a little bit. I think that looks nice. Okay, now let's come in here and bevel it. So beveling, put a loop cut in the middle, split it. Total creative freedom, loved it. That's awesome, especially these days, right? That's awesome. Drop that, and then let's add in a bevel on that, kind of split that, right? And then Alt in or Alt E, extrude along normals. Whoa, what's happening? There we go. Up, is it up or down? It's down. Hold down shift. No, that didn't do anything. Alt E, extrude along normals. There we go. Okay. What's that look like? Turn on camera. I'm pretty happy for that with that janky model. A little jankiness right there. That's cool. Man, I'm really liking building these signs because it's really helping me to start just modeling. I know I'm a basic modeler, guys, and this is really helping me. I noticed that Node Wrangler shortcuts don't work with Octane, or I'm doing something. Not all of them, yeah. Like even on the Octane, the Node Wrangler website, like he has a list of all the things that it can do, and I'm like, I can never get them to work. Like, I don't know, like, yeah. He has a demo video, and like the demo video is doing all this crazy stuff. And I'm like, how do you do that? I'm like, am I doing something wrong? Like, I don't know how. Yeah, like for example, where is it at? We are in the shading tab. One thing I do know that works is Control Alt. Click on a node, Control Alt, turns it to blue, and then I can plug it into any slot. What else worked well? What else did I use? And then I also use Control right mouse to cut. And then I also use Shift right mouse to add a point. That works. Let's see, where is it? Node Wrangler. I like hard surface modeling, but only the simple stuff for now. Yeah, oh dude, I love that's something I would love. I've kind of used, I did a free course from the Blender Brothers or Blender Bros. Their course is awesome, man, and it's free, but I took the CG Boost modeling robot course, and it's really worth it, man. I need to go back, but like I've only done it once, but the stuff that he teaches there is really nice, and it's a really simple way to learn hard surface modeling. See, here's all these presets. Like, even here, quick access, Shift W. Really? Shift W. Oh, yeah, that does work. Shift W, let's do that again. Shift W. So here, look, using shaders, mix shaders. This is kind of like a quick add-on. But like here, some of these don't work. Wow. Use math nodes. Use combine Z, alpha over, adding a texture setup. Yeah, this still works. Control T and Control Shift T. Detached nodes, Shift Alt D. Shift Alt D. Yeah, but that's too much. I don't like that. I'll make that like a quick key. Actually, I probably could make that a quick key. Well, it's just faster to go like that for me. But the one I missed is like from cycles that you can do, for example. The one I miss is Alt drag, and it will leave it connected, but here it doesn't leave it connected, it breaks it. In cycles, you hold that, it leaves it connected, you just pull the node out. Oh yeah, those I learned from these guys too, using hard ops. Yeah, they use hard ops and box cutter. That's the only thing that bums me. Like, I don't want to pay for those add-ons just because I don't do enough hard surface to justify buying those add-ons. And that's the only negative I have with them. Like, that's all they do is hard surface. So that's why but all their videos they make, they're always using hard ops. And I'm like, man, can you guys just do a couple vanilla vendors? I mean, everybody doesn't want to spend $40 on that add-on, bro. That's why I like the CG Boost one, because everything is Blender native. Like, you don't have to have, and if it is an add-on, most of the time it's a free add-on. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not ready to commit to box cutter and all that stuff just yet. All right, that looks good. So what I'm going to do on this one here, let's grab this. Oh, that's actually let's grab this L, and let's jump in here and let's go U, project from view, and then let's come in here, full screen it, A it. Let's jump in and let's line this one up. G. We're coming up on election time here in Japan, which is the most annoying season of it. All these politicians drive around in these cars with megaphones and just propaganda, you know, vote for me, blah 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 blah, and they're like waving out the car, and they just drive around, and it's just like, gee, you'll have one politician will pass, and then the next guy will be right behind him, like they're like following. It's like, it's the worst. And then they stand in front of train stations, blah 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 blah, and it's just like, oh my god, so annoying. It's so annoying. Those plugins will save you time, but you need to remember them when you're doing model. I stop as for a while and got rusty. Yeah, it's with anything. It's with anything. Even just for me, like, even when I jump into cycles, sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm all image. Image texture node. I'm always typing RGB texture. Yeah, it's with anything in life. I used to play a lot of golf, and I don't play as much as I used to anymore, and like my skills have just diminished massively. And I was pretty good. I worked at a golf course for many years, so I better be good. I look like I probably still had this one selected, right? All right, nice. So we got this piece. Save what we got. See what that looks like. Oh, what happened? Why are we seeing... Oh, I added the grayscale image in there. All right, that's cool. And then for the sides, like, I'm just going to finish it out on this piece here. Let's go to the side view. Isolate that. Actually, I don't want to. Let's just go to the side view. Hang on. Let's go to face mode. Yep, we are in face mode. And where did the piece go? Oh, here it is. I'm going to grab that side view. I'm going to grab this side view too. And go to side view and project. And just throw it on something. Let's throw it on this bottom piece here. You're right about real photos as texture. It's a game changer. You know, it's nothing new, but yeah, it's just I don't know. A lot of people don't do it, but like I'm like a fan of Ian Hubert, and there's this other guy, his channel, and like what's his name? Let me quickly show you his name because you guys should check him out. He makes some really cool stuff. What's his name? I can't pronounce his name, so. But I've been following his channel for a long time, and I just applied to his Patreon because like I like his work. I like what he does, and I want to support him. So where's he at? Where's he at? Where's he at? Oh, right here. Samel. This guy right here, he does the same thing like Ian Huber style, like photo bashes. I call it photo bashing. Um, Let me just pop onto his YouTube channel and give you guys the link. Yeah, here it is. Check his channel out, man. He does this. I mean, this is my motivation. Him and Ian Huber are my motivation for like this style of 3D. Like, see, all the stuff he does is like photo bashing. It just looks so good. You know, it's its own look. It's its own look, right? It's not for everything, right? Like if you're doing product renders and stuff like that, yeah, you can't just be photo bashing. Like you need to make the stuff, right? But he's got some really cool. He's got a cool Instagram too. Check out his Instagram and his YouTube channel. All right, cool. So now we should be. I need to. I see. I'm scared. I want to model this air conditioning unit. Oh yeah, that's good. I want to model this air conditioning unit, guys, but I'm just scared. I'm scared of the modeling all this. Like, how the hell would I do this? Oh, we're gonna have to do that because I got so many pics of air conditioning units from like all sides too. Like, but I'm just gonna have to dig in and just do it. I mean, the basic shape is a box. Like, that's gonna be next on the list. But I just want to get comfortable first with these signs, and then like I'm gonna jump on that next. Let's jump on that next. Okay, now. So what I'll do with this piece, do the air conditioners and start simple. Yeah, I'm gonna do exactly what you just said. I'm gonna start simple, like a simple box, and then Ian, like, I'll start to cut pieces out with the knife tool. Like, I'm gonna do it. We're gonna do it like within the next week. Probably next week we'll put it on the schedule. Link. Okay, so what we're gonna do with this is, let's go to front view. I wanna alt duplicate this, X. GX. Get it as tight as possible, less working later. Alright. Alt. Let's just press Shift R. Repeat. Oh, that was the last movement I did. I didn't want to do that, but anyways. Shift. Hold on. Shift up that. Oh man, I moved that one. Okay, whatever. It's okay. It's okay. Alt. Delete X. Hey, what the heck, dude? Am I not making a copy? I'm not making copies. Shift delete. Shift duplicate. Okay, shift duplicate. I guess we couldn't do alt. Oh, because I'm already inside of the geometry that I'm copying, probably. Shift R. Repeat. No, I guess that's not doing it. Okay, shift duplicate. X. Shift R. There it goes. Now it worked. GX. GX. Shift GDX. Put one here on the edge. GX. We'll tighten that up on the edge there. And shift duplicate X. One here on the edge. GX. That's something like that. Okay. Now, let's tab out. Yeah, Alt D won't work in edit mode. Alt D only works then for instancing objects. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, I didn't realize I was inside of it. All right, that's looking cool. Now let's go ahead and line this texture up on this bottom part down here because that's bugging me. And let's go boom like that. And actually, we just need the front faces. Let's just grab the front face. Let's grab this one and go all the way to the last one and hold Control and select. Boom, like that. Jump in the front view. You project from view. Jump back down here. Open that up. G it up. Let's just connect this here. I'm actually probably model that little corner piece there too. Whatever that is. What is that? Like just some weird. Looks like something used to be mounted there. So we'll get that dialed in. Let's go GX. And then let's go. Let's grab this GY. I like to get it right on that edge so we can get that edge detail right. That just really helps it. It's free data. Why not? Same here, right on that edge. Oh, we got two guys here. GY. GY. We'll come back and tighten that up later. Let's grab all of these guys here. GY. Focusing on these top two here. GY. 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 Grab all these guys here. We're going to bring him all the way to the end. Line up this corner as tight as possible. GY. Grab this corner. GX. Nice. GX. Bottom guys. Okay. That's good for now, and we'll come back and do all that super tidiness later. Let's hide that. All right, is the K? Oh, okay. Okay, we need to fix that. That's no problem. Okay, that's no problem. Let's get. Actually, hang on. Let's do this while I'm at it. Grab this bottom. And turn that on to power save. Oops, I should have hit control. Select there, hold down control, boom. Let's go I inset. I inset's acting wonky because we probably have not applied our scale yet. Apply scale, jump back in. I inset. Yep, that's about right. And then extrude Z. Z. Can I just go up? Just hiding that right there. All right, while this is all selected, hold down control, press 7. And you know what? Aren't there like screencast keys? Hang on, I think that have screencast keys that comes with machine tools. U, project from view, select everything. SX0, or actually undo SX, no, X, no. Undo SY0. Boom, there we go. That's what I wanted to do. GY it down onto this right here. Grab these guys, GY, bring them down into there. This guy, GY. Boom. Alright. That kind of does that for there. And then this actually looks okay with that stretch. That's fine. That works out nice. Okay, and then let's grab this guy, hold down control. Oh, hang on, let me turn on screencast keys. Undo. S. Enable screencast keys. Boom, there it is. Yeah, I had it all that time. Didn't even realize it, right? Okay, now. Hang on one second. There's one thing I want to kill it. Group chat. Bring that group chat up just a tad bit there. Good. All right. Now let's grab this next section here. This section there, hold down control, grab that, go to front view, U, project from view. What is screencast? What is screencast? It just makes like, it shows it on the left hand side here. You can see all the commands I'm pressing. But I just got in the habit of always saying the commands because it also helps me, helps me to remember. Select everything. G. Like, see, like I always say G, this out of habit. It's just something I've always done. Even when I'm like off stream, just to help me remember things when I'm like, whenever I'm new to something. Yeah, oh nice. Good. Yep. Let's grab this guy. Tuck him up in there. And this guy here. I'm thinking about programming G, Y, and X to my little extra keyboard thing here because I'm always looking at the keyboard to find out the GQ, and I don't like that. G. I need to just start G. Actually, I just figured it out. Let's keep my finger on F. And if I keep my finger on F, G is immediately next to that, just because basic typing, right? See now, okay, that feels odd, but it's working. Now I don't. Ooh, we're getting there. Now we're moving. Now we're cooking. Now I don't have to keep looking down at that. If I keep my finger resting on H, I know where G is. I mean, if I keep my finger resting on F, I know where G is. I just look down at that right now. Because in typing, the F key has that little indentation on that, so you know exactly where your finger is sitting at. So if I just default my finger back to F, I'll know where G is automatically from basic typing class. Do they even still do I learned how basic typing class in high school. Do they even do that anymore in school? Like, because like technically you don't need to type because you can just use a pad. Like, is that a requirement in school? Typing? Typing class was like my first introduction into computers, yo. First time putting my hands on a computer. Ooh, that looks good. Nah, nah, nah. That's looking great. All right, let's get these middle guys set up. These guys here. Front view. You project from view. And the easiest way to do this, again, G. Just grab G. Trust it. Just trust it, bro. Just trust it. G. I'm excited to see this with backlight. Yeah, that's another thing I need to figure out exactly how I want to do that lighting. All of them. I want eventually all of them to be a version that I can also light. So what should we do? Like, should this just be a transparency type thing and then like let the light come through it? I was supposed to watch that Ian Hubert video to find out like he does it, but he also does it in a way that makes it look like there's actually light bulbs back there. Like on the old ones, like you can kind of see like where the light bulb is settled in. Like I gotta I really want to feel, I want to do that with it. I want it to feel like there's a light bulb in there instead of just the whole thing lit, which we can do, which I'm going to do for just the beginning to get it lit. Yeah, I want to do that, all of them to be able to light, to be lit up. Oh man, this is feeling so much better now with the F key and not looking down, guys. Like, because I'm constantly doing this, it kind of just annoys me. This feels good. Like, I feel faster now. Look at that. I feel the speed. I've got the need for speed. Aha! Top Gun. Sorry, guys. The original Top Gun, not the new Maverick version. The original Top Gun. Oh, boo boo. We hit H. We hit H because I was resting my finger on G. So don't want to do that. Yeah, like the light hotspot? Exactly. Like the light hotspot. Exactly. Because I want to bake that into it so it's already there, right? Like, but I want to do it materially wise, like, so it's I want to make these most also efficient as far as rendering time. I don't want them to crank up our render times. And having it as a specular material, like, and glass going through it, that's gonna crank up render times. So I want to figure out a cheat that we can use it to keep it optimized for render time. Because whenever you have specular glass and you're having light go through that, that cranks up your render times. All right, see what it looks like. Oh yeah, we gotta fix that there. Let's fix that there. That's easy. Easy fix. Easy fix. Easy, 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 easy. Let's grab that. 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 Now see on this one again, guys, like we didn't do any beveling. And like I think it works out better doing it first without the beveling. Because it's like less stuff to, or less like adjusting faces and stuff like that. What's the best way to do this? Let's project it at a slight angle. Let's go to front view, and then I'm gonna drag it down like slightly like this. I probably should have just did the bottom, and then I'm gonna project from view, and then I'm just gonna take these, grab this whole set here, and G it up on this. Now I'm eager when I go back home to America. Like, I'm gonna be taking a bunch of pictures of signs. So I have like the Japan set, America set. Anywhere I go in the world, like I'm gonna like, oh yeah, I gotta take a picture of a bunch of signs. I gotta take a picture of a bunch of signs. Just so you have all these sign assets. Let's throw that right in there. Cobb, where are you from? Where's everybody from? Let's see how that looks. Ah, that works out nice. Look at that, guys. That works out nice. Okay, now the top edge here is a little bit was off, which is no problem. We can grab that, grab that, and grab that. And what do we need to line that up on? Front view. You project from view. Blender Octane. Middle East, Bahrain. Oh, I think, yeah, you said that. I just forget. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Send me some photos of some signs, bro. Send me some photos of some signs, man. Drop them in the Discord, and we'll cook them up. Get the Bahrain pack going, too. Hell yeah. You told me before you're familiar. Yeah, I know Bahrain. Bahrain Grand Prix, man. F1. Hell yeah. How's your guys' internet out there? Like, you gotta get good internet? Because I'm telling you, Japan, internet sucks here, man. Like, they charge you so much. Like, the internet package I had in America, the base package, was way better than the base package here in Japan. Like, internet is a joke out here, man. It's a joke how much they charge for that crap, man. It just pisses me off. I miss my home internet in America. Oh, this one's going to be tight. Okay, this one goes on to this little tiny rail. Right? This one goes on this little tiny rail. Let's see how that looks. Look at that, guys. Like, see this? Look at this grime in the corner. Like, you know how hard it would be to texturize that, to do that, like, manually? And we just get so much free data, so much free grime. I love it. I love it. We get so much free grime. Just like, man. Man, here is bad too. The last 4 months I got my first fastest ever, and it was only 243 downloads and 25 uploads. Actually, that's not bad, bro. That's actually not bad. 25 upload. I normally get under 20 upload. Seriously. Seriously. Like literally right now my up is 2, 1.5 or 1.2 my up is right now. Cuz I checked it before I started streaming. My up was 1.2 megabytes. So, give me that. I'll take that any day. But you know what? I'm figuring it out, man. I figured it out like with the kilobytes. Like today I cranked up the kilobytes to 1000 and we still have no drop frames. How does the quality look? Does the quality feel better? Like, I mean, as far as like the text and all that stuff, because like at when I first started, I went down to 600 and it looked like crap. It looked garbage. Uh-oh, I'm looking at the keyboard again. I gotta stop. Gotta trust it. Trust the finger position. So I think tomorrow. Can I stream tomorrow? Tomorrow is gonna might be a tight stream. I don't know because I have to be at work really early tomorrow. Yeah, much better. Text is clear and all the visuals is decent. Okay, that's good. That's good to know. Ooh, we gotta put a because I didn't straighten out this photo in Photoshop, so now we gotta add in a loop cut here. We gotta add in a loop cut here. Blender Octane. You're the fuel to my fire. And let's also press S X. Oh no, S Y. Shrink it in a little bit. There we go. Here living with 30 down and 4 up. Dude, I'll take 4 up. Man, you guys are all rocking better than me, definitely. 4 up. Let me get 4 up. I can go back to full HD. Or it's not necessarily HD, but I can just have more bit. I can upgrade more bit rate. Their bit rate can increase. But I think I'm getting to the limit because right now like it fluctuates between 1400 and it drops down to 8. So like sometimes I'm at 1000, like right now I'm at 1188 and then it dips down to 13, then it dips down to 800. So I'm probably at the limit of I'm going to try again. I'm going to keep cranking it up until I start getting drop frames, and then when I get drop frames I know I've reached the limit. So here in Japan, I probably have I have no idea. It depends on the apartment and when that apartment was built. I think here they're fiber, but that don't mean nothing out here. I mean, it could be fiber and they just choke it back, like they just choke the speed back. I don't know how they do it, but because generally at my old apartment, I just used my Wi-Fi hotspot and connected straight to my USB to my thing. I think mine is wood or something. It's like I think it's plastic. It just gets hot and it just melts. Although no, my Wi-Fi hotspot is sitting right behind me, and it's sitting there plugged in, and it's sitting at 5G 2 bars. But if I move it to this side of the room, it goes down to 4G, and that's just because the concrete walls in this apartment building are just thick. That's how Japan is. It's very thick concrete because of the earthquakes that we always have here. So, and the other apartment I had was like it was no concrete. It was wood walls. The walls were very hollow. All right, I think we got one more left to get in there. Stop looking at the keyboard. I'm starting to look at the keyboard. Trust it. Trust the finger position. Boom. All right. That out of that. Let's see what that looks like. Damn, dude. That looks awesome. Okay, now. Uh, yours is probably antique. All right, now, the top. Where are we gonna put the top at? Where are we gonna put the top at? The top. Well, the top most of the time won't be seen if you're using it properly in a model, but I gotta put something on the top. Uh, I'm kind of liking. I don't know. Should we just use that wall material? Should I just use this wall material? What else do we got in this image that we could probably scrape out of this? Let's see what it looks like with that on there. Hang on. Okay, so let's go to the top view. Top view. View, project from view. Reuse the AC white surface. Yeah, but it's so small. Let's see what it looks like. Let's grab like one of these guys here. L. And let's just kind of shrink this down. And G. Kind of like put it in there. Hang on, it's a little too clean. Hang on. Let's try this. Hang on, let's try this. Let's try this. Maybe like coming here. Yeah, that's super blown out. I gotta turn this down a little bit. Ah, that might work. Huh. Yeah, that might work, huh? Yeah, I think so too. Ah, stop looking at the keyboard. G, S. G. You gotta get that edge also too. G, A, S. G, S. G, S. No, A, S. Let's mix it up too. G. Oh, no, cut that one. A, S, G. One more here, all right? A, S, G. I think we're gonna clip it in there just a little bit. Let's just come back over here. G. Let's just come over here. G, S. I'm gonna go G, S. All right, and then we got to get this little edge here. This top edge, we'll do aluminum. Like, let's grab that. Grab that. Grab that. Grab that. Top view. You project from view. And G. Let's just line that up on. Let's just line it down here. Like at that. Right there, right? Right, G. 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 Okay. Nice. This side one. Let's go side view. U, project from view. A, G. S, G. Tuck that left hand, that top corner there. Grab this. G, G, G. This guy here, what is this? This side piece here could be this running aluminum here, right? G, project from view. A, G. And just to see if we can get some, let's see what that looks like. And the same thing for this bottom guy. What's K House though? It's actually it's a store. It's like a mom and pop store, but it's this old lady store. This Obasan. Obasan means old grandma in Japanese. It's a store, and she just sells like clothes for like grandmas. Like that's all it is. It's clothes, but yeah, she just sells clothes. Actually, I would love to get a shot with the door open, so and like model the whole store. That would be really fun. If I can catch it on a cloudy day. That's one thing when I take these photos, I don't do them on shiny days. If there's like sun shadows on there, I won't take the photo. So cloudy days is a great day because the light is diffuse. Everything looks nice and bland because you don't want to have any sun, any shadows and sun on it because it's going to ruin your, you know, if you got sunbeams shooting across it, it's going to look a little weird. Look at this little one here, right? What is this here? What is this little piece right here? This little piece right here. Yeah, that kind of lighting is rare. in your country. Yeah, like today's pretty hot and sunny outside. So, but I do my morning walk, so it's like before the sun really gets into full effect. So it's a good opportunity to grab photos. Let's just kind of put this like, hey there, can I ask something if you're not busy? What's up? Maybe in the morning. Yeah, yeah. All these photos are mainly taken in the morning. Code, what up? What's your question, yo? Oops, I forgot the other edge. Undo that, undo that. I'm getting hella animation noise when I render out in Blender Octane. Tried many things from compositing to AOV graph, even specific noise. Nothing works. Any tips? It's kind of hard to give you tips. I need to like see it, like to see exactly what you're having issues with as far as noise and stuff like that. One thing I would make sure you have adaptive sampling on. First of all, if you're using Blender Octane straight out of the box render settings, they're not the best. They're pretty much set very high. You'll have to tweak them. For example, um, these are my settings right here, and I do animations all the time, and like I don't really have any issues. Like seriously, like these settings right here that you're seeing right now, minus this was probably set to 800. Uh, for example, hang on, let's see. Hang on here. Stream. We were at city signs. So, not this one. Back up. Hang on. Stream 6. Stream. All right. So like this right here, this render right here. This render right here, you can see it's not. It looks clean, right? I mean, I added these were the render settings. This was set to 800, 8, 12, 8, 4. Ray Espelon was set to default. I didn't. That's default. GI clamp set to 10. All this is all default. This is alpha background. I didn't have. That's for no background, whatever. And then my adaptive sampling turned on. Adaptive sampling threshold 0.02. Minimum adaptiveness 512. This was set to 2x2. And motion blur was on. And that's my render settings. And then I also did render out a denoise version. So denoise. So I have my denoiser on. Denoiser is on. I'm on open image denoiser. And in the compositing tab, you just gotta have the denoiser, make sure the denoiser option is on, and make sure that it's ticked. And then if I go to Blender Compositor, you'll see I have a denoising image right here. So whenever I render, I render out EXRs. Here's my output. Normally turn this to video MPEG so I don't have multiple copies of EXRs. Then I use Octane Outputter. I'll save this wherever I need to save it. I'll change this from PNG to EXRs. And then I'll go to EXR Linear Default 16-bit. And I tick this to Export Multi-Layered EXR. So it puts the beauty pass and the denoise pass in one file. Then I set DW to lossless, DWAA. And then I export it out. Then I take it and send it over to the Blender Octane render net, the OTOY render network. I take it over here. Actually, I export out a. Let me go back here. After I get all my settings, I come back over here and I do render export Octane Orbix file. I do an Octane Orbix file, export that out. After that renders, I'll come back over to the render net. I'll come in here, upload my file, drop it in here, and then I'll set the same settings as my render settings, export out EXRs, and then it will render all these. They'll all render simultaneously. And then once I'm finished, I can view my frames. Oh, there it is. Here's the render right there, right? You can see there's the render right there. Here's the render out all my frames. Then I download them and take them into DaVinci Resolve, get the color format back to the way I want it, and that's it. So, like, it's hard to tell to give you exactly, because if you got, like, it all depends on your light placement too. Like, if you got lights that are being blocked by something, that cranks up your render time. If you got like light shooting through glass, that cranks up your render time. Like, if you don't have enough lights in your scene, like if you got one light and you're trying to light the whole scene, that also creates, you know, noise. But one thing, you really should make sure your lights are not being blocked by objects, you know. So it depends. I really need this to see your scene. Wow, that video actually really good and clean. Yeah, that's my render settings, man, for that. And that's my render settings for a majority of my renders. You can check on my Instagram and see all the stuff that and it's like, I need to grunge that up. We're gonna need to grunge that. That looks too clean. But this asset is meant to be seen, man, even down here on the bottom. It's kind of more of like something that we can put on a building, right? Yeah, but that's my render settings pretty much majority. Alright, we gotta finish this up here. I'm getting hungry. I posted a video yesterday. You can check it out, how horrendous the noise is. Where'd you post? Are you in my community? Are you in the Octane in the Octane Discord? Or where are you at? Dennis, you're in the way. Move, bro. Thanks. Cause you're the fuel to my fire. Blender Octane. Maybe I will increase the samples to 500. 128? Yeah, bro. And it depends on what you're doing. Yeah, 128. That's not really enough. Like, those settings can kind of work in cycles, but Octane needs more. Octane needs a lot more samples. because Octane doesn't use the same model that like the same. It's not built the same way like that. Cycles is built like Octane, and you got to be one thing else to make sure you're working in real world scale. Somebody asked me about this earlier in the beginning of the stream. Octane is heavily built on this thing called I forgot what it's called, spectral lighting or something. Basically, it uses hang on. It uses the the real colors in light waves. It's hard to explain. Hang on. That's why I built my Octane bot, right? How does Octane render, like when it does render, like how does it use light as far as rendering? Octane uses unbiased spectral path tracing, simulates real-world light transport, including bounces, scattering, and reflection physics. Octane emits lights from sources like HDRIs, whatever, ray tracing, bounces, okay. Each surface interacts, ray tracing, that's not the word I'm looking for. Spectral rendering means light is calculated by wavelengths, right? And those wavelengths is based off the real-world color wavelengths, okay? So you're gonna need more samples, period. Like it's different than cycles, and that's why it looks so much different as far as light, as far as like the way it treats the light. Like for example, if I quickly show you, let me quickly show you in Octane. If I add this, hang on, not in this, jump out. Give me back my viewport stuff. There we go. Like let me add this light. Let me add in a light quickly show you. Area light. GZ it up. Alright, let's kind of just rotate something like that. Alright, see I got this light here. And we have this light, and right now it's not like rendering like a real light. I mean it is, but we're using a texture emission. But we can delete that. And you can add in a black body emission. But there's this thing called, check this out. There's this thing called right here, Gaussian spectrum node. This represents all the true wavelengths of color in light, all the way down to UV to like all the whole band of Gaussian spectrum. We can even search that on the dark web. Gaussian spectrum. Gaussian spectrum. Here it is, the Gaussian. There it is. Boom, this is what this is. This is how Octane renders light. It uses all these real world values. Like this is like science. This is science, you know? So this is how Octane uses light. So yeah, it's really impressive. It's quite impressive. So if I plug this into the emission, I still need my emission. No, sorry. I plug this, I need my texture emission. And then we plug this into texture. Boom. Now I have all the wavelengths of light. Like all the wavelengths of light. And the color. Everything that's in the spectrum of the rainbow of light. I have control here. I can control the width of it. And then even the power and brightness, right? So width makes it more saturated. Right? Even all the way down to UV. Look at that. That's amazing. Okay. Now, there's nothing like this in cycles because this is just the way Octane runs, right? I don't mean to knock cycles. I'm not trying to knock cycles, but yeah. Quick little science lesson right there about the spectrum. The Gaussian spectrum node. Yeah, I will crank up your samples, bro, for sure. 120 samples. I used to try to run 128 samples on my laptop because I had a 1050 Ti. And I would have to do heavily, I have to use the denoiser heavily. But the animations I was doing back then, like I was doing VFX shots, so I don't need the background. I wasn't doing scenes. Like I would just animate just this on a PNG and render this. So I can get away with the 125 samples because it's just like, but on the scene, nah, I had to crank it up. All right, we gotta finish this up. What are we? Oh man, we're already at 2 hours. Damn, time goes by fast when you're streaming. Oh, we're looking at the keyboard again. Let's get back on our mission of not looking at the keyboard. Where's F? There's F. Wow, that was a cool explanation. Really need that. Also, I will try the samples 800 and see what happens. Yeah, yeah, do that. Are you in the Discord? Jump in the Discord if you're not, and check up on you later. Blender Octane. I think the K logo UV you did fixed it. Yeah, I kind of just tucked it a little bit to get that grime. See that little? We got a little bit more grime in there. Like I'm gonna do a lot of that. I'm gonna come back and really fine tune a lot of it off stream. Oh, you know what? This is supposed to be extruded out here on the side too. That's why this looks a little odd on the side. Okay, I'll fix that. I just realized that. First time here, where's the link at? Down in the description of this video, there should be, all the links should be there. Let me know if you see it. It should be Discord in there, right? What is this little piece? Oh, a little piece there. All right, let's get this little piece right here. It needs to be extruded out. Extrude. There we go. I don't care about that little piece. Why would stop being lazy? It's right there. It's easy. S G. That's why I know it's time to go because I'm starting to get lazy. And when I'm getting lazy, that means it's time to stop. Sure, in a few minutes. First time here. Where's the link at? Sure, in a few minutes. Oh, you see the link? Good, good. Blender Octane, you're the reason in my life. Na 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 na. Da da dee dee da da da. Dee 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 dee. Dee 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 dee. And we gotta do this side too. Yep, we gotta do this side too. Extrude. Boom. Grab this, grab this, grab this. A. Where you at? There you're at. A. G. G. Grab that. This little front piece here. A. Where you at? There you're at. Let's go ahead and do like this. Why is it going so fast? I'm holding down shift. What's going on with that? G, project from view. A, S, chatamate. There we go. S. That's another thing. You guys hear me say chatamate a lot. In Japanese, that means wait a minute. Chatamate. Wait a minute. Rotate 90. Teach you guys some Japanese also in this stream. We learn Blender, Octane, and we learn Japanese. Truly international educational stream, right? All right. Did I miss the top over here? Looks like I did, huh? I just don't like the top, man. Top looks way too clean, but I think we can just layer some another texture on top of that and just kind of grunge it up. But we'll do that another day. Okay, now what I also do here, check it out, Cobb. This is the back to that roughness thing. I'm gonna separate these inner ones out as their own material. Okay, because we want to have like just like again like we want to light those up. These should be their own material, and the frame and all that framework stuff should be its own material. Right. So what I'll do is come over here, and we can just do it down here, right? Come here. We'll call this main. All right, and then make a copy and call this sign. And then come over here and assign it so it's separate from the other stuff. And actually, if I select this, jump out of there. Oh, damn it, I totally forgot. I didn't make another material slot. I always do that in Blender. Okay, let's come back. I totally just basically... Okay, so everything is... Let me go back and select these. These are signs. New material slot. Okay, that's assigned already. Assigned new material slot. Press Control I, invert everything. Add that other one. We'll call it main. I'm actually going to just call it frame. Mainframe. Mainframe. And then I'm going to assign it to this. Okay? Boom. So that's it. Now we got sign. And if I use this material picker, which is really nice, and up here in Octane, and click on material picker, I can click on that, and that means we're on sign. And if I click on this one, now we're on main. Good. That works. Good. Okay. So now on... Let's go back to sign. So now we're on sign. And we want to add... change this to GGX, energy preserve. Got to save energy. Got to be green renderers, right? There's our roughness. Coming in hot. Select, duplicate this. Add a UV. Actually, we don't need a UV transform. I just need to add a projection on here. Then we're going to come in here, plug this into the roughness. Roughness. Change the gamma to 1 because it don't need to be 2.2. Only thing needs to be 1 is the color. Then from here, add in a gradient map that takes it to black and white values. Now we can start to have a little fun. Right? There's our shininess. So we'll get a little bit of shininess, right? A little bit of that, right? Again, nothing's pure black in real life, so we'll kind of knock off an edge there. And nothing's pure white in real life. Knock that off right there. Right? Then, covered the best part just started. Then, what we're going to do from here, I'm going to show you the same thing we did earlier. We're going to go composite texture node. Take that composite texture node, plug that into the roughness. Boop, boop, 1, 2. And I'm actually going to plug the main to on in 1. Or actually, I'm going to plug it in 2. Hang on. How do I want to do that? Yeah, we'll plug the main one in 1. All right, there's the main texture in one. Can I preview from the composite texture? No, we can't. You can't preview from here, so because it just gives you this, right? So we got to composite. So just for the sake of that, I'm gonna plug this into here, into the albedo, so we can see what we're doing. Maybe we can. Hang on. Maybe we can. Enable. Okay. Let's actually plug this back into the roughness. Solo from here. Oh, we can. Good. Okay, we can solo from there. All right. So black is shiny, white is diffuse. And then we're going to add in our, duplicate this. And add in a projection just in case. Keep that nice and proper. We have the grunge material in here. We don't have the grunge material in here. Okay, well, I already have it open, I think, right? I do not have it open. Oh, yeah, the textures. Grunge map. Drag that in here. Bada bing. There's grunge. We can delete that one. Bring grunge in. Take grunge back to 1.1 because it's not color data. And there is check it out. You can do this, especially when you got big files and you got lots of heavy data. You need to start saving memory for your GPU. You can come in here and go grayscale image. Now this one is the same thing, but instead of RGB, it's a grayscale image. So I can load this in here, and this saves a little bit of memory. But it's not a big deal because we're not doing a crazy big render. But this is already grayscale. Okay, it already puts out gray values. And we can plug this back in. This imperfection black and white value is priceless. I've learned this from Ian Hubert and also from that other guy I shared earlier. I watched them do that, layering it. Plug this in, boom, like that. Turn this back on. There's our grunge. And let's kind of be nice and tidy. Let's set that to one value, a value of 1. See the difference? When it's set to 2.2 versus 1, so look at 2.2, comes in hard. Set this to 1. 1. Actually, I don't even know if it matters. Yeah, it does matter. We can see the difference there. Okay. And what we're going to need to do, what was I going to do? Oh, projection. And let's add in a UV transform. And divide this by 3. I can't see nothing. Why? Oh, because you know what? Let's go back and add in a gradient map. Or check it out. We can also add in a color ramp. I mean, a color correction node like we talked about yesterday, but that's okay. And nothing's pure white, nothing's pure black. Same thing. Repeat this process. Probably should have just duplicated the other one. Okay. Divide by half again. Divide by half again. Maybe something like that. What do we do? Multiply. There we go. All right, let's see what it looks like. Yeah, that black, I don't like that. It's like we can't even see it over there. Hang on. That's why we just bring the opacity down on this one. Look at that. Gorgeous. Okay, now one other thing I want to do, because this is like too perfect and too straight, right? Let's get to that angle. What I want to do here is come down here on the bottom. I'm going to add in a noise texture. Hang on, did I already add a shortcut? I don't think I did. Add a quick shortcut. Cute. Noise texture. Let's put this into the bump. Let's solo this. Let's add in a projection and let's add in a noise. And on this one, let's actually make it really big. And let's make it really soft. We're doing the warbles here, the warbles. Let's bring up that gamma. Contrast can stay where it's at. Let's go bigger. Something like that. Let's play with the contrast a little bit. Give me a little more contrast. Let's go about a little bit more smaller. Something like that. Okay. And then what we're going to do, pop. Let us autosave. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is hold down shift and see what we're doing here. I'm trying to just give it some like some wobbleness, like wobbleness. Let's kind of pull that contrast off a little bit. And let's go maybe bigger. You know what? I think I made a node for this, for doing exactly this. Hang on, let me save this. I think I made a node for this. I think I made a node for this. Asset browser. This is one of the perks of the community. They get this right here. Where is it at? School Material Database V6. This is the newest version that I'm working on. And let's scroll down. It's got a bunch of like, these are all assets, like things that people made in our community, like water presets and like metals and other like community, like all the stuff we put together. Plastics. It's not a lot, but right now there's these utilities. There's my roughness generator, scratches, global light maker. Oh, I didn't save that other one. I guess I haven't saved that one yet. Okay, but that's fine. I just did it right now anyways I just did it with the noise texture, but I made a special node to do exactly this, just to break up that uniformity. So it's kind of a little bit like that. See, we got a little bit of warbleness in there, like it's like, see that? It's just gonna be a little bit subtle. It doesn't need to be too big or nothing. Mm-hmm. Okay, now we didn't bevel this. Remember, we didn't know really, this is all hard edges, right? So we're gonna fake it. We don't really need, I mean, because it's not meant to be a super close-up asset. It's meant to be a medium background asset, right? And we're just gonna fake the bevel. And just come in here, add a rounded edges node. And it always puts it way up at the top. Don't ask me why. Let's bring that down here. Just crank this up. Boop. Ah! Now I guess we're not going to crank that up. Oh, that's because we're doing it on this. I want this on the outer, on the other one. But yeah, you can see there's a rounded bevel. It just fakes the bevel. But we don't want that on this one. Let me kill that. Kill that. We want that on the frame. And on the frame, we still need to grunge this up a little bit. Well, we can copy paste what we just did over here. Let's just copy. Control G. Let's copy this whole thing. Go to frame. Paste. And G. And on this one here, we don't need... Actually, we didn't need everything. Everything is fine. Yeah, we just plug this one into the roughness. GGX. GGX. So there's our frame. The frame, I don't really want to do the wobbleness to it because it's a frame, right? It doesn't really have too much wobbleness to it. But oh, I forgot to put these other side pieces. This piece here. This piece here and this piece here should be part of signs. Assign them to signs. Yep, okay. Good, good. Question, when you use the bump, you don't need to subdivide the geometry, right? When you use the bump node. Oh, no, you can just use it's going to bump what's just here when you use the bump. It's not going to really add anything. But in this case, like, I'm not even going to bevel this, like, because, like, the geometry is doing the work for us. Like, it really looks like we don't really need to do that, right? Because the bevelness, Hang on, we're on mainframe. Why is it oh, because we're soloing in this frame. Okay, good. So yeah, I'm not gonna do that, but I'm gonna add this bevel node on here, this fake bevel node, rounded edges. I'm just gonna type it in because it's gonna give me rounded edges node. There it is. I'm gonna plug that in here. Russ, you could bang that AC out unit in plastic in 20 minutes. Probably. Probably. Actually, no, not for me. It'll still take hours because I don't know anything about plastic. I'll have to learn the UI and what's what. But I'm quite sure any seasoned modeler will knock that thing out. I've watched Ian Hubert knock out air conditioning units like in under 5 minutes. Seriously. Ian Hubert is so quick. Like, he does so much of it in Blender. And, like, he's just like, pop, pop, thing. Okay, extrude, boom, boom. I've watched him do it hundreds of times. Just create these buildings. Massive buildings. With this whole texture technique and style, like in like 10-15 minutes, because he's so quick with shortcuts. Like that's my motivation. That's why I like to model like this. If you guys have not, well, he's not posting as much as he used to on his Patreon, but he still has all his old videos on there, and I constantly watch his old videos. And like yeah, guys, he crushes. He crushes. It's awesome to watch him model stuff. He's recently been, I guess he got back from the UK. He was working on a project in the UK. So he's been slowly starting to make more material. But like, oh, this has got to be very subtle here. We've got to be very subtle with this one here. 0.01. Because it's making everything look a little bit soft. Like, I don't like the way it's looking. Let's go divide by half. Posted that crazy video on Discord in Octane help section. Posted that crazy video on Discord in Octane help section. Oh, okay, the video that you rendered. Oh, roundness. That's probably why the roundness was probably set way too high. Yeah, the roundness was a little bit too high. Let's kind of bring that down. I still don't like it. It's still too heavy. Divide by half. Mute. Yeah, it's still a big difference. I can see it. Divide by half. Oops. It's very subtle, but I can see it. I'm gonna go divide by half one more time. Divide by half. There we go. Look on this edge right here, on this bottom. Off, on, see it, off, on, see it. It's very subtle. What's going on here? Why is this thing like super glossy? What the hell just happened here? Hang on. One way to get around it is just I set my ISO high on my camera. What do you mean? You set your ISO high on your camera? I'm not liking what this thing is doing to my... Oh, hang on. What is it? What happened to our roughness level? Oh, you know what? We haven't set our... Let's reset this. Reset this. The framing here doesn't need to be so glossy. Oh! What up? What up, brother? The living legend himself. Oh, you changed up. It looks like you changed up your profile, your image profile, huh? Did you save the file? I got the autosave on. Yeah, we're okay. Oh, love it. Guys, this is another master of art of the blender arts. Check out his YouTube channel. He crushes. He's also got a free blender Octane guide. Hassan, drop your link up in here. Drop it up in here, bro. We got a couple noobs in here that were new to Octane and new to the game. Let's get them schooled up. Man, we've been going at it for a minute. We're like 2 hours in. Like, yeah, dude, I don't know what's going on with this one, guys. I don't like the results I'm getting right now from this. Actually, I'm not liking any of this results from even this bevel node thing here. For sure, I will try. For sure, I will try 800 to 900 samples, but it's gonna take like 3 hours because 128 samples took me 34 minutes with good specs. Yeah, that's why I say tell people start saving your coins and buy some render network credits. You can knock that thing out in like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. That's why I stopped buying Starbucks coffee and I start saving $1 every day. This is about 45 coins, $45 right here. And I'll use that to go buy some render credits for the render network. Yeah. Actually, I got some free ones. You want to use them? Down links in the description. 300 free frames. All you got to do is export an ORBX file out. Check it out. Try it out. It's free. Okay, what happened? Why did this get all super shiny now? Like, after we did that, like, it wasn't looking like this on the other way, right? Render network? Holy crap, I forgot about that. Yep. Dude, what's going on? Like, why did it get, like, super shiny all of a sudden? Like, it wasn't like this, right? Cobb, remember before it wasn't like, we had it dialed in nice, and then, like, now it's, like super shiny. What the hell happened here? Unhook that. Mainframe. Unhook that. Like, what happened? What happened to all that work we just did? Like, how come it got weird? Mainframe, signs, Octane. Yeah, something changed. Yeah, I know, because like it just got like super glassy. Like, what did I do? I just made a copy of this. Right? We were looking at it like this. And universal material. Then I changed this to GGX Energy Preserve. Of course, it gets shiny. That's no big deal. And then we went in here and we did our roughness composite. There it is. Like, we can see a little bit of roughness. There's our roughness. And then we came in here. Right? And then I played with, we added the bump, just to bump out the sign a little bit. And I keep this bugging the hell out of me right there. We added the bump. Okay, yeah, that's still working. Okay, then we went over to the main frame, to the frame of the object here. And we added, again, let's change this to GGX. Now it gets super shiny, and now we want to do, oh, hang on, I think I know why. Are you using NVIDIA GPUs and studio drivers or game drivers? Nope, I'm using NVIDIA GPU. I'm using a 108050, 108050 or 108090, 1080 some, I totally forgot, bro. I'm using a big GPU. 4080 Supra. I'm using the 4080 Supra with studio drivers, and I have not upgraded my drivers in a long time because it's working, and I'm not going to change my drivers until it stops working. Like I know a lot of people every time new drivers come they update. I don't. I don't update until it stops working. Right? Hassan, studio drivers all the way. There it is. And he does monster projects too, guys. Like I'm doing like one little asset. He does like full scenes with full animation. Oh, that's another thing, Hassan, brother. Like, what do you recommend? Because we had somebody he was rendering his animations and he was using 128 samples and he was saying he was getting so much noise that it sucks. What range do you use minimum for rendering animations? I showed him mine and I'm like minimum 500 to 800s on my little Instagram reels. But what is some of the numbers that you do minimum? Brother Hassan, drop your channel link. Drop your channel link. Not sure if the link is blocked in the chat though. Link shouldn't be blocked in chat. Holy crap, guys. It's almost 1:30. I almost got to get ready to go eat. I used 500 samples, the volumetrics, and 4K. It does come out noisy. Hang on, I want to see that one more time. It does come out noisy, but then I do temperamental denoising in DaVinci Resolve. Okay. Have tutorial on it on my channel as well. Okay. Yeah, again, see, he's still 500. Like I said, I might go 800, but most of the time I can get away with 500 on my Instagram Reels. And I do run the image denoiser here, so it is a denoised image. And I also do the same like he does. I bring mine in DaVinci Resolve for all my final work. So if I need more, I can still do more denoising there. Yeah, bro, but I used to use 128, and that's not gonna cut it, especially for full scenes. For full scenes, yeah. Single assets that I'm using for my VFX, I can get away with that, but not for a full scene. And then I figured out what I was doing here. I was changing the settings because these are exact copies, and they weren't. I was changing the settings probably. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I think on this one, I'm gonna bail on the first one here. I just want to keep grunge. You'll need to up your compositing game. Yeah, even me too, man. I've been like trying to spend a little more time on my compositing. I really want to start figuring out like exporting out or doing my motion blur inside of DaVinci, like just instead of doing motion blur inside of Blender or inside of Octane, like do it out. Let me see if I take this back to 2.2. I think I might like 2.2 better. Use RSMB. What's RSMB? Oh, real smart motion blur. Is that an add-on or is that, what is that? Is that an add-on or something? Apply the scale. Real smart motion blur. Cobb, I think I'm gonna add a bevel modifier to this, man. I don't think I like the fake bevel modifier. Let's see what if I just add a bevel modifier to it really quickly. There you go, turn that off. Let's see what this is gonna do. I don't see it doing anything. Actually, hang on. Let me go ahead and do a quick cleanup. Let's go ahead and select everything. Mesh. Vertex. Yep. Yep. For Premiere, After Effects, and Resolve as well. I want to figure out how to do it without the add-on first so I can know the process. Like, what passes I need to render out. Do I need to render out, like, normal passes? Or I've seen a video before about it. What passes I need to render out and then take it in DaVinci or Nuke and then re-render it in their post. Clean up. Merge by distance. Nothing. Clean up. I guess we are going to use the fake bevel node. Let's just only use it on mainframe. Rounded edges. That doesn't look so bad. I gotta fix that top, but I'm gonna do that later. Set this back to 1. It doesn't look too bad now. I did use that plugin in the KTM animation with no passes. Animated with no passes, really. I think there's something like that in Fusion. Yeah, there is. There is. I've seen videos where people will render out all their motion blur inside of Nuke or inside of I just forgot the passes that you need to use for that. Oh, Hassan, brother, let me tell you while I'm also here. In the Skool community, they've just updated. Now you can download video natively in the community. Like, you just drag and drop it. You don't have to like load your YouTube links or even in replies and answering comments. Like, damn it, that's right. I gotta get ready to go, guys, because it's time. I gotta get ready to go for work, and plus I also need to make that custom. But now you can easily come in here. Like, if you're responding to somebody's comment and you just wanted to drop a video in there, you can go to, like, literally reply, go to here, and then boom, drag and drop the video in, straight in. Same thing with post. Just drag it straight in. You don't have to do the YouTube thing anymore, which is going to be sick. Like, I can come here, write a new post, and then I can go boom, and just drop the video in, straight in. Sick! That is so sick. That's going to help me so much with trying to troubleshoot people's projects. All right. All right, boom, guys. I got to go, man. I got to go eat lunch, and I got to get out of here for work. This came out all right. I mean, compared to the original photo, look at that. I really want to probably, like, finish the building. I mean, I don't know. We're really just making signs. It's just a sign asset, right? It came out pretty good. Yeah, bro, we were going crazy earlier, man. We've been going at it for almost, damn, this is probably the longest stream I've ever did. 2 hours and 50 minutes. Yeah, the guys here in the community on the stream have been helping me build everything out. Like, we've got the chat kind of flowing, working now. Like, we got the new chat set up. The stream quality is finally getting better, bro. If you would go back maybe 3 streams or 4 streams, you'll see the quality was like boo-boo. But I figured out I figured out what settings we need. Maybe then the lady open and do the shop. Yeah, I'll try to walk by on a cloudy day and get that if I can get a shot with the doors open and she's got like her little old clothes and stuff like that. That might be something we can work on too, building a full shop. It'll be a great asset. But for right now, just my modeling skills, I'm just trying to teach myself basic modeling. And I'm really happy how this came out. Like, normally I would just fake these, but we actually modeled these in there, guys, today. And they look gorgeous. Like, it came out really nice. I'm really happy the way this one came out. It shouldn't took 3 hours, but, you know, I mean, I know I can do it faster off stream, but I prefer to kick it with you guys. Chit chat. Learn the new lingo. What was it? In real life, IRL. Word of the day for me, IRL. Gotcha, almost. I might be coming back to streaming soon as well. Man, I know, bro. You're the one who got me hyped on streaming. Like, I would watch, guys. If you haven't watched this channel, definitely check it. Ton, did you drop your link in here? Did you drop your link in here, bro? Do I need to do it for you? Hang on, man. Hang on, brother. Blender Octane. There he is. Look at me and him dominating the 1-2 on Octane Blender search results. Yes, we can. Oh, yeah, bro. I love the new pick, man. Fire. Oh, bro. I feel you, man. Family stuff. Yep, I feel you, bro. Family first, bro. Always. Family first, always, bro. Yeah, guys, you should do his. I did this right here too. I followed his course. I did this. Like, see this render right there? That looks familiar, right? I've actually. That looks familiar, right? Looks familiar, right? There it is. I did that tutorial. There it is. There it is. I gotta fix my other camera too and figure out why that camera's not showing up in the stream, the second camera view. Hassan, I got 2 camera views now, bro. I got my phone. I'm using my new phone, my Galaxy, or not Galaxy, my Pixel phone. Pixel phone can double as a webcam. But for some reason, my A camera is not showing up. I don't know what the hell. But the stream is slowly coming together, man. Why isn't this one showing up? Yeah, man. What the heck is going on with my second camera, dude? Like my USB port is not even showing like that. It's not even showing up. Like, what the hell? See, it doesn't even show up. USB port doesn't even show up. I don't know what the hell. Anyways, I'll have to fix it off stream. It shows no USB port. Oh, hang on. Up, Houston. We are clear for departure. Houston, we are a go for departure. Boom. Double cameras in the house. Yo, what up, guys? Yo, what up? Patrick LeVar, Blender Octane. Check it out. Yo, Patrick LeVar, Blender Octane. Check it out. Double. Where do you guys want to go? Where do you want to see? This camera or this camera? Where are we going to go? Where are we going to go? Boom. Okay. I got to go, guys. I'm getting crazy because I'm super hungry. I haven't eaten in 3 hours. All right, guys. Tomorrow, maybe. Tomorrow I really have to go to work early, so I'm going to schedule it, but I don't know. We'll see. But definitely Thursday and Friday. So actually, no, we're going to take tomorrow off. I'm sorry. Yeah, Thursday, Friday, because tomorrow is going to be too tight. It's going to be too tight. All right. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Peace.